Okay, good morning. Tom Leach here. Today, I want to talk to you about your business. Are you stalled in your online business? Well, let's see if we can kind of figure this out where you're at. By looking at the home business industry as a whole. Uh, and the problem that really bothers me in this industry is that only about 4 to 5% of the people become successful. And why? Well, let's look at some of the issues. And now some of the percentages that I'm going to suggest to you are only estimates. The only true estimate or the true percentage that is very valid is that they know that 4 to 5% of all people who look at the home business industry have success. So it's pretty well acknowledged that's valid, that is the truth. So we're just going to review real quickly, and you'll be able to read in the post below on my blog more detail. But so looking at the industry, the 100% of the people, a lot are tire kickers. They're sitting back and thinking that they want to be in the home-based business industry, but they look at 2 or 3 different things and they never make a decision. And they probably represent 20 to 30% of those that are considered failures. Not that they really failed, they just never made a decision. Then there's a group of people out there who want a home business, but they don't want to invest themselves. They want it all laid out for them, push a button, and just want the money to come in. And oddly enough, this is the group that is the target of a lot of those in our industry who are not ethical, that give us all a bad name. The scammers, the people who are out there just to reap money for today from those people who they think they can get it from. So this group of people who are targets, they're going to fall away in short order. And they're probably going to be, that they won't speak well of our industry. And that group's probably in the area of 20%. The other group are the people who have a true desire and know that it's going to take some work and training. But they don't find success with the opportunity they immediately chose. And they see something out here on the horizon and it sounds better. Wow. They're telling me I can get in, do this quicker. So they make the move to the next company because it looks better. And then they make a move again. And so on and so on. And this is called the shiny object syndrome. And most of these people, they'll eventually drop out because they cannot settle in or target in on one thing. And they probably represent 25 to 30%. Then there's those who finally targeted to some degree on an opportunity and are in the process of investing themselves in learning what they need to do to become successful. And they may be even earning a little bit of money and helping a few people. And so they're kind of in that transition state. They have the potential of becoming or moving into that group of the 4 to 5% of those of us who have had success. So some of them will eventually drop out because they just never really find the right formula. Just to give you a little background on me, early on, I did fall into the shiny object syndrome. Routine. Oh, here's something that looks good. Oh, this looks better. But I should do this also. Well, I finally learned that I needed to find one opportunity and stick with it. learn 1 or 2 ways to market it and do it until I made it work. Do it until. I also found a couple successful people that I knew were successful. And I kind of studied them and reviewed what they were doing and tried to mimic, didn't copy, but tried to mimic how they did things and why they did things. So a couple things that we have, a lot of people don't realize, is that if you're going to build a business, let's take, for example, a brick and mortar business. Well, we all know it's going to take money, it's going to take determination, and we also know that there's a high failure rate in a brick and mortar business. Maybe they're not in the right location, maybe their product or service isn't really needed in that area, they hadn't thought it out enough. But now let's look at the home business and internet business. We do not need a building, we do not need an inventory, and we don't need a lot of infrastructure. We need a little bit, but it still requires discipline, investment in ourselves, and the determination to succeed. So it makes me mad as hell to think that our success ratio in this industry is so low. I'm driven, one of the things that drives me is to try to improve that percentage rate. I can't really control all the people who are coming in. All I can control is those people that I work with, that I try to help. And I've done that by trying to choose the right products and services that I provide with that in mind. So if I haven't chased you away yet, let's get back to the question, are you a statistic? Are you going to be part of that initial 50 to 75% that drop away, or are you going to stick it out and become that 4 or 5%? And this is my job or mission, is to help the people who have made a personal commitment to succeed, who have the determination and the wherewithal to help them down the path to success. Because what I found out is my success comes from helping many people to become successful. And I actually want to see the people that I work with become more successful than me. But on tomorrow's post, I'm going to discuss the how and the why of all of this. What I see as my responsibilities and what I see as the responsibilities of those people who want to work with me, or because I don't want them to be a statistic in that 95% failure rate. I want them to be in that 4 to 5% rate. So come back tomorrow. If you like this post, share it with others, and leave a comment below on my blog. But be sure to come back tomorrow. You have a great day. We'll see you on the inside.